What is the death of Klinghoffer? It's certainly not art, because it doesn't present the whole picture of what happened in 1948. Think of what the world would have looked like had the Palestinians, the Syrians, the Lebanese, the Jordanians, the Iraqis, and the Egyptian armies succeeded in 1948. There would have been no Jews in Palestine. There would have been no Israel. There would have been nothing left. In other words, we would not be commemorating one Holocaust Day every year, but two Holocaust Remembrance Days. One for the Holocaust of the European Jews, and one for the Holocaust of the Palestinian Jews. So the Nakba, the catastrophe, as it's called, is a catastrophe of a genocide extermination war that failed. That's what the Nakba is all about. So basically, what people are mourning for the last 60 years is for the destruction, or the hoped for destruction, of the 600,000 Jews of 1948 that did not occur. That's what we're talking about. On the map over here, what you see the following is the UN Partition Plan of 1947. And on that plan, you see 3 areas of Palestine that was supposed to be given to the Palestinian Arabs. 1 was Gaza, 2 was the West Bank, and 3 was Galilee. And the rest of the land was supposed to be given to the Jewish inhabitants. The very aspect of the partition plan is a plan whereby no one would have been relocated. Everyone would have remained in their particular place. No Arab would have to have left his home, his land, his area. And no Jew too. There would have been a Palestinian state and a Jewish state living side by side. And at that time, according to the plan, Jerusalem would have been internationalized. And everyone would have been content. Rather, the day after the announcement of 1947, November 29th, what occurred was that the Palestinian Arabs began to fire, began to kill, and began to attack the Jewish community of Palestine. This is 6 months before the independence of Israel. And I know quite well about this because my family, my grandfather, my grandmother, my aunts and uncles were all in the siege of Jerusalem. Jerusalem was besieged. Food could not come in. Water and so forth. The people were being starved to death by the Palestinians, by the Mufti and so forth. 1,500 Jews were killed, murdered during that 6-month period before the invasion of the 5 Arab armies. So to say that the inhabitants, the Palestinian Arabs, were innocent and displaced for no reason, it's not factual. And how were those displaced is for 2 reasons. One, when the Jewish state was declared into a state and the 5 Arab armies attacked, they had said to the Arab inhabitants that they will win and the Jews will be destroyed and you can have their homes, but from now, leave. And of course, there was the incident of Deir Yassin, the massacre of Deir Yassin, whereby the Palestinians were afraid that the Jews were going to wipe out the Palestinians. That's what happened. And so the Arab armies and the Palestinian leadership said, better leave now because the Jews will wipe you out. I'd like to show you a video of George Dekba, an Arab-Israeli diplomat, and what he says of what happened with the Nakba. Please watch.
When the UN approved the establishment of Israel, and a few months later the State of Israel was established, the Arab leaders warned the Arabs that the Jews were planning to kill them if they stay home. And they used the Deir Yassin massacre as an example and told everyone, leave your houses and run away. They said they will need just a few days in which with 5 Arab armies they promised to destroy the newborn Israel. And my family, horrified by what might happen, decided to flee with most others. So after a long journey towards Lebanon, most of it by foot, my grandparents, George and Vera, reached Lebanon. So they stayed there for many months. And while there, my grandmother gave birth to her first son, my uncle Sammy. And when the war was over, they realized that they have been lied to. One, the Arabs did not win the war as promised, but also at the same time, the Jews did not kill all the Arabs as they were told that would happen. And my grandfather looked around him and saw nothing but a dead-end life as a refugee. He looked at his young wife Vera, not even 18 yet, and his newborn son, and knew that in a place stuck in the past with no ability to look forward, there is no future for his family. While his brothers and sisters saw their future in Lebanon or other Arab countries or in the Western world, he thought otherwise. He wanted to go back to Jaffa, his hometown. Because he worked with Jews in the past and was a friend to some of them, he was not brainwashed with hate. My grandfather George did what very few others would have dared. He reached out to those that his community saw as their enemies. And he got hold of one of his friends from the electricity company and asked him for his help to get back. And that friend, of whom I've only heard through my father's story and never really knew his name, was not only able and willing to help my grandfather get back, but in an extraordinary act of grace, he even helped him get his old job back at what has become the Israeli electricity company.
You can clearly see what he says, that his grandfather realized that the leadership, both from the Arab world and from the Palestinian world, had lied to him. They didn't destroy the Jews, they didn't win. And 2, the Jews didn't want to exterminate the Palestinians. So the Nakba, the catastrophe, was self-inflicted. How can you compare that to the Holocaust, whereby not only 6 million Jews were systematically wiped off the face of the earth, but whereby the Nazi death machine had planned to kill every single Jew in every part of the world. When one leaves the opera, what one sees is that there is only one side to the story. And therefore, the Palestinian war, or the need for the Palestinian recognition, the Palestinian struggle, is justified, whereby even terrorism can be used. And a terrorist attack on who? On a senior citizen, 69-year-old man, in a wheelchair. Where's the honor in that? Where's the justification of that? And an American. He wasn't Israeli. He wasn't in the Israeli war. He didn't fight in 48. He wasn't one of the people who did the displacement or involved in the displacement of the Palestinians. So where's the justice there? Had John Adams written a opera about 48 itself, like the Exodus, like the Leon Uranus of the Exodus, and balanced peace, that'd be acceptable. But to speak about Leon Klinghoffer, an innocent victim, completely disconnected from 48 and the struggles of post-48 for the Palestinian people. Where is that? Where's the equivalence of that? Where's the moral justification of that? The opera is so dangerous because now it's more than 66 years, and the lies of the last 66 years, the misrepresentation, the misinformation, the distortion, the myths of 48 have been accepted by the highest cultural bastion, the Metropolitan Opera. The fact that Peter Gelb was able to do this is, I can only say to him, congratulations, you succeeded in furthering anti-Semitism. Of course I'm being sarcastic, but that's what's coming out now. To prove the case, he didn't telecast this in Europe. Why? Because he knows what's happening in Europe and this will only inflame. If it wasn't anti-Semitic, why doesn't he telecast this in Europe? Because it is anti-Semitic. In America, yet, anti-Semitism is just bubbling. It's getting hot. Anti-Semitism, all the anti-Israel rhetoric and so forth, enhance truth, does not enhance peace, does not enhance the human condition, but rather lays the seeds for violence, for lies, for hatred, and for terrible things. That's why we protest this terrible act of propaganda. Thank you.